through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Sky High AviationHD video, and today we are back with the Gemini Jets model release series, and we are back from the channel. I do greatly apologise for the recent lack of uploads and videos. It's been a very tough, and there hasn't been any time for us to record pretty much. I did make an update video, however I didn't have time to render it, so thought I'm not going to upload it, and we're going to be back now. Me and Reese are going to try and get videos out and published and get the channel back up to what it used to be, because we feel that just leaving you with no videos is not the best of things. So we're kicking it off here with the December releases. I believe these were only just posted. I'm not too sure when they were up. It's currently the 12th of December, so we're getting into them for Christmas. Maybe these are going to be after Christmas, obviously, so if you've got money to spend, then possibly spend it on any of these if they're any good. I'm going to criticise them how I wish and my honest opinions, because I always get people telling me that you're fussy, but from a company like this I expect more, and we're going to hop right into them really quickly with the first one, which is a American 757-200 in the 1 to 400 scale. So let's see what this is all about. Okay, so here we are with our first model, the American 757. So from not doing these videos in a long time, I've completely, some of the things I've picked up on I've forgotten, but this one looks alright. We're going to do a proper full review of each model, so we're going to go front to back. So the front looks alright, the nose cone, the window wipers. The wheels look pretty decent. You can see it's got the Wi-Fi hub on the top, which is good. Moving forward to the landlights, they look fine and stuff. The wingtips look a bit, they don't look right, which is strange. And the engines, the RB211s, probably a bit thin. I can't really remember what they look like on the 747 and the other previous models, but yeah, they look a bit thin. Going down to the back, I mean, everything else looks perfectly fine, to be honest. I think a lot of things on this model are alright. What I do like is that Gemini Jets have brought back the actual current model picture. I remember they used to do the sort of side-on drawn image, which I used to hate so much, but this looks alright. The only thing I can pick out on is the engines, and apart from that, that's about it, to be honest. There isn't really too much to it. So yeah, there's pretty standard for the first model. Looks alright, the American 757-200. Okay, so next up is the Boeing 777-200ER Austrian Airlines in the 60th year anniversary livery. So we're going to go ahead and click on this. I've recently been thinking over, and I think we're just going to do it raw, so I'll click on this here and we'll drag it in. So here it is, to get a more like first look opinion. Here it is, right here, the 60th anniversary of Austrian Airlines. I haven't seen too much of this livery. It looks very interesting, and this does look okay. The one thing I immediately look at when I look into detail of this, it might just be me, or it might be the picture angle or whatever, but the nose looks like it's, the nose gear looks quite high for a 777. I'm not too sure if that's just the picture angle or just me tripping out, but apart from that, it looks alright. I'm not a fan of the wingtips. That's the livery, not the model, but yeah, I don't like the red on it. It looks a bit old. You see the old 737-300s and stuff, they've got the wingtips painted on the end or something. Yeah, I don't know, that's just me. I'm not a fan of that. But yeah, I mean, it looks alright. Haven't seen much of the livery personally. It's obviously some rare one they've done, unless that's, I mean, I believe it's following the new livery Austrian base for it. And yeah, there you go. Nothing to really pick out on too much of that Austrian 777-200. Okay, so next up, the McDonnell Douglas MD-90. I thought it was an MD-80. November 904 Delta Alpha. So let's have a look at this one. Here it is. Very small model. You can see the sense of scale between the 777 and this one. How much is more zoomed in, and the scale compared to the taxiway and stuff. So this one looks relatively okay. It looks extremely long, but it's an MD-90, so that makes sense. I, to be honest, weren't really aware they had an MD-90. I sound like a noob there. I genuinely didn't. MD-80, MD-82 and stuff, but MD-90, interesting. Looks pretty decent if you're a fan of American models, or you collect those, that's your region. And Delta, personally myself, not a fan of it because it's it's like an MD-90. It looks a bit awkward, and I don't collect American models. So there you go. That is that. If you collect those, nothing to pick out on that they've done wrong. I mean, you can't really see much of the gear at the front or so because it's so low down. But yeah, seems like they did a good job on that. So well done to them. Right. So the next one is something that's never happened before. Been doing this for a long time. Obviously, we've had quite a big gap, so I've missed things. So this might have happened previously in the past, in like August or something or October. But a simulated wood stand operator airline is Gemini Jets, and it's $15.95. So I mean, I don't really know what to. Okay. I'm gonna pick one thing out on this picture. Is that actually in the picture, or is that photoshopped? Because to me that looks like it's not sort of on the platform thing. And there you go. If you have been looking for a Gemini Jets wooden stand for a long time, then December's your month, guys, because here comes the Gemini Jets wooden stand directly to your models. There you go. Keep an eye out. It'll be on sale very soon. Okay, so now on to an actual plane, which is what you've come here to see, not a stand. The Boeing 737 MAX 8, Tango Foxtrot India Charlie Echo, in the Iceland Air colours. So fingers crossed, in the months that I've been gone, they have fixed their 737 MAXs, because I remember, if we do a quick flashback to the last one, we roasted them for having the MAX completely wrong. So let's have a look at this. And right, the nose gear, instantly, straight out of it. What is wrong with that wheel? Yeah, so the wheel looks alright. The wing tips don't look okay. Apart from that, I mean, it's a 1 to 400 scale model. You're not going to get the, like, if you're looking at the picture now, I mean, I can look at my 737 MAX that I've got 1 to 400 scale. And to be honest, the wheel is so small. I mean, you don't really take much detail of it, but it's just the picture itself picks up on it. And they haven't really fixed the problem with the winglets. It was this problem last time I discussed it in pure detail. You can see there the wing so the wing extends out from the fuselage as it should. The leading wing there, you can see it goes out and out and out, and it stops. And it just keeps going, and that's where they've painted it white, and then they've put a bit up. It doesn't go down. On the MAX, well, it's just my brain, how it thinks here, is the scimitars, they split scimitars, and they're on the MAX, and they're on the 800, and that looks like it continues. It might be the picture, the angle of the image, but I don't know. That's just how it looks. Apart from that, everything else is alright. I don't really study the 737 MAX much, neither the Iceland Air livery. So to be honest, nothing else I can really pick at. The engines look alright. So yeah, decent model. If you want an Iceland Air MAX and you've been waiting for one of them, then I mean this is the model for you. But apart from that, from a detail point of view, it's pretty much the same as every other Gemini Jet 737 MAX 8. Okay, so next model up is the Lockheed L101111 500 TriStar. I personally, without looking at this, probably have got no clue what it is, and it appears zero interest towards me, but if you're someone that likes these sort of models, then we'll go ahead and give you a show of it. There it is. Yeah, not really too much I can pick out on this, mainly because it's not an aircraft that I'm particularly into. It looks massive compared to the taxiway and stuff. Compared to the 737 MAX, which this reminds me of the MD-11 sort of. Yeah, MD-11, the cargo on this one. Yeah, that reminds me of this Pan Am livery. If you're interested in old aircraft, then this is one for you. I'm not going to pick out too much on it. Like, there's not really much because I mean, I can't criticize this because I don't know the actual real aircraft and what it's like, but there it is there. So that is the I forgot what it was, TriStar. Okay, moving down the list, nearing the end of the 1 to 400 scale models, we have the Airbus A320neo, 21 Neo, Philippines. Let's have a look at what this one's going to be like. I remember the A321s being a bit dodgy as well. Oh my god. Right. So, where do we start? It seems like Gemini Jets have not fixed or either sorted out their A321s or their 20s. So, yeah, the nose gear again looks a bit off. It looks a bit high raised. The engines look strange. Obviously as a Neo, so they're meant to be large, but the detailing on the inner cowling, you can see it's sort of like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm presuming I'm putting this down to Gemini of it being a 1 to 400 scale model, so it is quite small and fine detailed. However, you would have thought by now a company of this size, be able to produce a little bit more in detail. And I don't think the previous A321s or 20 series had this problem with them. But yeah, I mean, there you go. There's not much I can say. I've all mentioned it previously before. I don't want to rant on and seem like I am ranting. So yeah, you know what's wrong with that. We all know what's wrong with that if you care that much about it. But yeah, the Philippines A321neo. Not too good of a job by Gemini. Okay, so last one for the 1 to 400 scale models this month, or this year actually, damn, yeah, this year. We have got the United 767-300, and yeah, there it is. So the 300, I believe, is this the ER? Yes, it is. This is the ER, so yeah, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. There's nothing majorly wrong with it. Looks like they've done a great job. Once again, I'm going to say it again, it seems like the smaller models have got the problems on them. The Max, the A320s, they're smaller, they're really, if you've ever got a 1 to 400 scale 320, 737 stuff, they're a decently small size, they're not amazingly huge. So I can understand where they're coming from with it, but you would have thought they would have done something about it by now. Maybe change the technique, but this one looks fine. This one looks alright. I mean, they could look completely different in person. This is, one out of however many they make, and they do make a lot. So yeah, United 767-300. Once again, if you're from the American region, this may be one for you. And I mean, I'm not sure if they've released one previously, but I'm pretty sure they might have. But yeah, the 767-300ER, and let's go on to the 1 to 200 scale models. Alright, so next up of the, well, first of all, 1 to 200 scale Gemini Jets, or Gemini 200, we've got the 737-700 in the Alaskan livery, and the Alaskan livery is really nice, so let's see if they've done good justice on this one. And it looks like they have. This one actually looks really good. You can see all the details that need to be there. It's perfect. I mean, it's a bigger model, so they've got more room to do it some justice, and it looks like they've done it pretty well. You've got the eyebrow windows, the nose cone, the gear, the engines look really, good detail, good colours, the front cowling. I mean, yeah, it'd be a relatively good size as well for a 700 and 1 to 200 scale. That would be the one you would want if you were going to get a 700 737, and the Alaskan livery is really good, so I'm glad they've done a good job on that one, kicking off the 1 to 200 scale models very, very well. Okay, so second on the list we have another American region airline. It is a Delta Connection CRJ 200. I'll have a look at this one. Alright, so pretty small model. I really am intrigued because that's quite a big zoom on the taxiway. I'm really intrigued to see how how small that model actually is. Yeah, it does look alright. Not too big of a fan of the CRJ anyway, so I wouldn't be able to pick out any clear views, but it does look very good. So far the 1 to 200 scale models are a lot better than the 1 to 400 scales, but you let us know what you think. Yeah, that seems to be alright. Not much to say on that, the Gemini 200 CRJ. Alright, so after that one, looks like we've got an Airbus A340-500 in the Emirates livery. See what this one's all about. Damn, that looks really interesting. Does look quite nice actually as well. I don't know how long ago it was, but I know Emirates, I'm pretty sure Emirates have retired their A340s from the fleet. I'm not 100% sure, but something's telling me they have. I think they have. I haven't seen any for a long time, if that. But yeah, that model does look really nice. Details look good. Engines look spot on with these 1:200 scale models. And overall, that does look quite nice. And I can imagine that being a rather large model as well, as it's 1:200 scale. So yeah, very nice model on that front. The Emirates A340 500, which is different because you either see the 600 or the 300. And the 500 is really interesting. So yeah, there you go. Okay, so next up is a ATR 42-600 in, what is that? Silver Airways. Right, I've never heard of that in my life. Let's have a look what it looks like. Oh god. Oh my god. Right, yeah, I'm not too sure what part of the world this is from. I don't have a clue. If anyone knows, let us know, but I don't actually know. Yeah, interesting, to say the least. I can't really say much about it, because I don't really know the livery, but I mean, the actual aircraft of the ATR looks alright. Should have got a dash, but I mean, they got an ATR, so there you go. Yeah, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so moving down the list, we've got another 737. This is the MAX 8 Southwest. This should be pretty good. Let's have a look. Okay. So another MAX. Once again, it's got the same sort of issues that the other ones have got with the winglets, but that just might be how Gemini do their MAXes. From now on, I'm not going to dig too much into it because you know the story. The engines look good though on this one. The engines do look quite nice, and apart from that, all the other details are pretty spot on. So Southwest 800 MAX, a very nice looking model apart from them wingtips, but I mean that's just something you have to get used to. So if you've been waiting for one of them, that is your model. Okay, so down one more, we have the United 737-800. Let's have a look at this one. See, there you go. The scimitars on this one are pretty standard. That's what they look like on the regular scimitar 737. They, as you can see, this photo might be taken at a really different angle because it looks really strange. You can't see the front wheel properly. On the back, it only has the American flag, not the reg, and that's just the bloom on it. But yeah, it looks pretty standard compared to the 737 we've seen at the start. Even though it's a 700, they've done a good job on the engines and the cowlings once again. Nothing too much to fault with that. Yeah, does look nice. United 737-800. Yeah, with the scimitar. Alright, so the next two are the US Air Force. First up we have the Boeing E-4B. Damn, that looks kitted out. I'm really happy to put that on a 1:200 because that makes 100% sense. And this would be pretty damn massive. So I believe this is the President's Command Center, the Air Command Center as it would be, and it does look pretty good. The engines look pretty strange. I'm not sure if they're like that. They probably are on there, and yeah, the details look nice. They've done a good job on the struts and stuff. I do like it very much. Yeah, it looks good. So if you collect all the military stuff, then this is one for you, and probably the next one is also one that you may want to look out for. Alright, so next up we have the Boeing KC-135 Romeo tanker. Let's have a look at this bad boy. Oh, alright. Yeah, this actually looks pretty badass, I'm not gonna lie. Badass. It looks quite cool. The grey, black nose, the USAF air-to-air refueling aircraft. It had a remark on it. What is it? The Alabama. Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. So yeah, this is it looks, it reminds me of a plane, 707? Yeah, I reckon that's a 707 sort of base. I believe it actually might be, based off the 707. It does look like it. If anyone knows, then let me know please, because that'd be, much appreciated, yeah, so there you go, not much to say as well. They've nailed that one on the head. That one looks pretty decent. Once again, I can't say much because I don't know much about it, but yeah, I know that's an air-to-air refueler, and it looks like a 707. So yeah, let's move on to the commercial things, where I have a bit more of a last model of 2018 to be released by Gemini Jets. Let's hope they haven't absolutely destroyed it, but it is a 737 MAX, so that describes it all in one hit. Let's have a look at it. The WestJet MAX. That, I don't know, that one looks different. It might just be my eyes completely gone for it, but it's because it's probably coloured. Yeah, that one looks nice. The WestJet, I am not even going to try and pronounce what that says on the side. Or, yeah, screw it, we'll give it a shot. L'Esprit de Canada. That one's easy. What am I on? A-level French. What? No. Yeah, there you go. WestJet 737-800, 8 Max. What? I like the cowlings in it. I mean, all these Gemini 200 models, they've done a great job on the cowlings. I mean, they look, you know, brilliant with the colours, and the nose gear looks perfect once again. So yeah, not much to say. Again, all these 200 models have been pretty flawless. So yeah, I do like that one as well. Alright, so this is that's it for 2018, and that's it for the December releases. Some of them were alright, some of them were, you know, yeah. I'd say my favourite ones were definitely the wooden stand. That one was like on the top of the list. Nah, it's the 747 400 KLM cargo, the Alaskan 737. I did like the Emirates A340, and that's probably pretty much it, to be honest. The other ones are alright. That military tanker, the RAF, yeah, that's the one. The US Air Force one was pretty decent, but apart from that, yeah, that was pretty good. I'm surprised they didn't put it under the Gemini Max, the military one, because as you can see here for November they had it under that. So I do apologise, I've missed out all the other ones, but we'll try and get straight back into it and move on now from the channel and try and get it back up to where it was. We'll give it our best shot for December. Once again, I do much appreciate you watching this video. Let us know what your favourite model has been, and I appreciate you staying around if you have been here for the whole time during the inactivity. I do appreciate that also. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.